Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today from our friends at Crafter's Companion, we have the 6x6 paper pad antique lace. It's beautiful, and the coordinating lace embellishment cutting die. Absolutely a gorgeous flourish embellishment. And together they make cards like this one that my friend Debbie made. It has a pocket on the front with this gorgeous tag. This is our giveaway card for this episode, so if you stick around, you'll learn how one lucky viewer could win this card to keep or share with a friend. So come play with us. So let's take a look at this beautiful lace embellishment cutting die, cut out of 100-pound white cardstock. It's absolutely beautiful. It evacuated pretty easily too, but if you have trouble with yours, you might want to do a little bit of shimming, especially just around this area because of those tiny little dots. I just added a little bit of paper behind my die as I went through just for this section, and then it was a really clean cut. So really nice to work with. Let's take a little flip through our paper pad here. You're getting, as I said, you're getting 6x6, 36 double-sided papers, and you're getting 12 designs, 3 of each. All right, so let's take a look at this one. Absolutely beautiful antique lace. And then on the back side, you're getting this brown script writing. And then this one has some like tea staining on it. Really beautiful. And on the back side, we've got another script. This one has some sort of square papers by it, like letters, and then more lace. I love the tea staining on this. Okay, on this one, we've got the little tea, almost like tea or coffee cup rings on it for the staining, and then all these great borders, and I'm going to show you some ideas to use those. Then on the back side, we've got a stripe. All right, on this one, once again, we've got this beautiful border here, and then all of the lace around it peeking out. We've got some old letters. And then on the other side, this fantastic lace border, okay? And then, as I said before, we've got this beautiful frame around this. All right, so here, lots of sort of rusting and tea staining here. I love this border that goes all the way around, and then on the back side, more brown with writing and then more lace. More lace borders on this one, and this makes a really pretty focal right here in the center. And on the back side of that one, you've got some like crunchy looking brown paper. And then on this one, I love this one. It's the brown with lace, and then over it, almost like a netting lace with the brighter white on it. And on the back side is ivory lace. And then a heavier ivory lace with this beautiful border. And on the back side of this, some really like old stained lace. Very, very used, well-loved lace on that one. And then this one, you can see it has like some script writing here, some staining. I love this lace border that's around it. And then like a little butterfly right there. On the back side of this one, we've got the lace, it's almost like the lace doily corners. Way back in the 90s, my husband and I went to England for the first time, and we went to Portobello Road, and it's a great outdoor antique market. And I was on the hunt for vintage lace, and I found a lace seller in a kiosk that was just sort of on a cart. And it was wildly expensive Victorian lace. But in a basket, just sort of on the ground, she had all of this, well, like I think it was lace that was torn or couldn't be salvaged or anything like that. And she thought it was too pretty to get rid of. So she would just put it in there. And it was just like a few dollars for quite a bit of like a large piece of lace. Some of them were like fireplace or mantle covers and things like that. And I'm just grabbing as much as I possibly could of this tattered old lace. That's what this is reminding me of. And I still have a lot of that lace. It's reminding me I need to get it out and play with it because it's not doing anybody any good in that bag in my cabinet. Beautiful here. And then more lace here. I love the like coffee cup ring staining over the letters. On the back side, we've got a border here and a border here of beautiful lace. And then this looks like a really beautiful handkerchief. And then different colors of lace are being layered around this. And then a really nice border on this side. And on the back side, we've got some letters with more splattering and staining. And I think we have one more. Yes, we do. Okay, so this last one has a lot more white in it. And I love the little appliques here, more lace borders on the sides. And then on the back, this is really beautiful. It's got ivory and cream lace, and then it looks like it has sort of a wash over the top of it. Beautiful. All right, so I hope you guys enjoy this particular collection as much as I do. I'm really excited about it. So then we're gonna talk about this card that Debbie made. It is 5 by 6.5 inches. Oh, and I need to grab my ruler, I always forget. And then first of all, Debbie took this paper, which was one of my favorites. I love that, like coffee brown background, and then over the top, that netting lace. It almost looks like a wedding veil lace over the top of it, if you can see the little netting on there. And what she did is she took some of that and just went like right here, okay? So like the top 4 inches. And then she took the bottom 4 inches and she turned it over. So what was left, the other 2 inches, she glued on the bottom edge just on 3 sides, down the left and right and across the bottom to make her pocket, okay? And then she added across the center of that, it looks like it's about a 5/8 inch wide strip of our mocha suede paper. If you're not familiar with our suede paper collections, we sell it by the sheet, and it's actually like a simulated fabric of suede on the front, and then on the back it's paper, and so it die cuts beautifully, which is exactly what Debbie did here with the cutting die. She die cut it from this beautiful mocha suede, okay? And then, well, first of all, she made a tag. So her tag is 3.5 inches by 4.5 inches, and then she just cut the right and left shoulder off of a rectangle. She matted that lace tag onto some mocha suede, right like that, and just left a little border around the edge. And then she went ahead and before she glued the tag to the mocha suede mat, she die cut this beautiful lace flourish from the suede paper, and then used, I'm going to talk about glue. We love our Cosmic Shimmer Specialist acrylic glue and also our Nouveau Deluxe adhesive. They're both acrylic, they both dry clear. And then Debbie and I like to put them in these little bottles, especially for using things like cutting dies where they're just very fine detail. And then you just take a little bit and you're just really putting it on these outside edges like this, and you're just going around and you're just putting little dots. You don't need to put a straight heavy line. And then when it comes to the inside, that's when I just do more dots kind of randomly around, and you're just anchoring it. We also like to put, instead of using the cap that comes on these, oh wow, I cannot get that lined up. We like using these little stainless steel pins that you can buy here at Paper Wishes. We find it doesn't clog and it doesn't rust. Okay, so once she's done that, attach that, glue that to the tag, and then just trim it if you need to around the edges, and then glue it to the mat. Then there's a little bow here from our brown ribbon collection. And then she used the Love You right here is from our We're Together, I just drew a blank, We're Together Dazzle stickers, and they come in gold, silver, brown, and white, and you get 2 sheets of each of these colors, so you're getting a lot of greetings on here. And then if you turn this over to the back side, just another smaller tag from just a scrap of paper that's a light one so you can write on it. And then these little flowers and hearts that came from the Dazzle Greetings. And then that just goes right in here. So nice. And then across this, of course, adding the white Dazzle stickers, which stick very nicely to the suede, by the way. Okay, so this was a beautiful collection. Stick around to the end and I'll tell you how one of you can win this card to keep. So we're about our card giveaway. Stick around. All right, next card. This is a little 5x5 card that I made, which is upside down. There we go. Little 5x5 card. I took that same, well, let's see, which is it? Here we go. I took this brown script paper and covered my cards, okay? And then I added a white doily. Okay, we sell these in packs of 20. And I took that same little trick of using my little applicator tool. I put a line of glue along the bottom, and then I just put a line of glue along the outside edge of the doily, and then I just set one part of the doily right here, trimmed it. Then I did the same thing. I turned the doily around so I had a nice edge again, put glue on that edge, placed that, and then I trimmed it. And then this is literally just a scrap from one of the papers that had a little lace trim, and I cut it out, and then I inked the edges of that with a little bit of cocoa bean ink and then my little applicator tool, and then just glued that to the bottom of the doilies. And then I took my full image here and I did the same thing using that small applicator just to apply the glue there. Then I trimmed this beautiful border right here. Okay, I went ahead and cut this out, inked the edges and glued that across just the top of this, and then inked the edges of the entire card, and then added brown script greeting Dazzle stickers. They come in this 3-pack, and every sheet has different sentiments on it. And I think you get multiple sentiments, but like 2 of the just for you, but all of the sheets are different. And that just made for a really quick and easy card to put together. All right, so another one that Debbie made. This is a slimline card. So this is 8.5 by 3.5 inches. And for this one, Debbie used a lot of scraps of paper, okay? She used like the remaining of this one, like I cut this border off. Then you can use the remainder of this just for the center of your card. And then she used like a scrap of that brown writing paper right there and right there. You're just sort of building out your scraps as you go across. Then she added something surprising. She added Steampunk for Everyone die cuts for this. And I thought it was really cool to mix that lace look and this cute little guy right here with just something very different. So first of all, she added across the top edge, well, first of all, she added the border that goes right here. It's kind of hidden behind this piece of paper. There's a border, and she glued that across the bottom, just about, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch from the bottom edge. And then she added fancy white lace border Dazzle stickers, which are so beautiful and fun to use. They just give you that look of fabric lace just on a sticker, so it makes it very easy to apply. She put one just along the top edge of this border, and then she put another one along the top edge here. And then she foam taped this die cut from the Steampunk collection, and then she foam taped this one right here with a cute little hedgehog, and then just tucked and glued this to my best friend there. So I thought that was a really great take on doing something different on that. All right, another one that Debbie made, also fabulous. This one's 5 by 6.5 inches, and the first thing Debbie did was she covered her card with Chantilly lace cardstock. She used this tan right here. Now, if you wanted to control the weight of your card for mailing, a little tip that we have is you don't have to cover the whole card. You could just take a 1/2 inch strip of that tan cardstock and put it across the top, put it across the bottom. Then she inked the edges of that with a little velvet fawn, little applicator tool, and then she used her lace paper. And to do this, she used a couple of these, you guys. The first one she used was, I think, if I grabbed the right one, I don't know if I did grab the right one. one that looks kind of like this. Hers seems to be a little brighter white, so I'm not sure which one she used. But let's just say she used this one, and she glued it across the center. Then she took this one for sure, and she cut these borders out. So she cut them out individually. The first thing is she cut out this one, okay? And then she cut out this one. And then she sort of took her fingers and curled them up a little bit like this, just to distress them. Inked the edges with, where did I put it? Here we go, the Velvet Fawn. Then she glued this one down first, and then this one is overlapping. All right, and then we've got a little piece here that's like striped paper that's on the back side of this, and then just tore the edge of that, okay, just the bottom edge, and inked it. And this works out to be about 3 by 2 3/4. And that bottom edge is torn and inked. Glue that there, and then she added some more of that Chantilly lace, but this time in the form of the die cuts. And she added the happy birthday one right there, and then foam taped this cute little rose overlapping that. And now it's time to look at this piece. She went ahead and die cut this embellishment from white cardstock, but then she die cut it again from something really surprising. She used this brown holographic firework paper. Isn't that wild? But look how amazing it looks here once that's die cut. It's just super sparkly. You're not sort of reading that it's a firework paper, you're just getting a really beautiful image. She die cut just kind of the center part of this, so you could even just use a scrap of it right across your die. And then use some tiny scissors to sort of cut out those flower shape and the leaf shape. Use that applicator again to glue that right over the original white flower image. And then in the center, she put 2 white Jewel Dazzle stickers. And I just think that looks amazing. Didn't she do a great job? And using things that are really surprising, which I love. All right, you guys, we have a fantastic money saver on this collection. Clean up a little bit. So if you are watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page at paperwishes.com, all you have to do is look right there on the right-hand side of your screen, and you'll see the fantastic money saver we have on these items. And if you look down below the video at paperwishes.com, you'll see full color photos of these cards, and then all the elements that we used to make them, all the stickers, the doilies, the inks, and things like that. And then if you click on each photo of the card, you'll get a very detailed description of what we used on each card. Now, if you would like to participate, first of all, if you're watching us over on YouTube and you want to get in on this money saver deal, just look down below the video in the description box and you'll see a link, and it'll take you to this Paper Wishes webisode page. So speaking of YouTube, we ask if you're watching us on our webisode page, if you would just hop on over to YouTube and you could just search My Paper Wishes. That's the name of our channel. We ask you to go there, give this video a thumbs up, so you like this video, leave us a comment, and then don't forget to be a subscriber to our Paper Wishes YouTube channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Then after about a week, we'll reply, "Congratulations, YouTube username blank," to one of our viewers and that has left a comment, and give them instructions on how to claim their card giveaway. So it's important you do know your YouTube username. You could just go back and check your comment that you left, because it's labeled with that. And it's also a good idea to hit that notification bell at the top right-hand corner so you know when we're making a card giveaway announcement or dropping one of our videos. So thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget about this fantastic money saver, and I'll see you in the next one.